Hello, hello, my friends. I have a little bit of a different candle haul to share with you guys today. I am actually going to share with you guys what I purchased from a brand that, fun fact, I actually used to sell many moons ago. We are talking like maybe 15 years ago. It's been a long, long time. The brand that I am talking about is Gold Canyon Candles. I actually decided to place this order after I saw my friend Amy over at Beloved Fragrance Finds. She recently purchased an order with Gold Canyon. Now, way back in the day, you guys, Gold Canyon was kind of like an MLM. And I believe that the original Gold Canyon went out of business in 2020, but it was bought by another brand or like another company, and they kind of got it off the ground again. They have made some changes, I believe, to their wax formula. They are now 100% soy wax, which you guys know that is my preferred wax formula to burn. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to take a gander and go over on their website. I did that over the Black Friday, weekend. They were running a sale where it looks like they are right now at the moment only offering 3-wick candles. These were $17.99, and I decided to go ahead and purchase just a few for the sake of taking a stroll down memory lane, seeing if some of the fragrances were as good as I remembered. And then there was one fragrance that I thought I had purchased before, but it doesn't smell familiar to me. And truthfully, I'm not in love with it. But the other three were fragrances that I do remember loving from them. So we're going to, I'm just going to show you guys what I purchased. I will do dedicated post burns on these. I'm kind of wanting to see how these burn before I really start talking about them anymore here on my channel. So again, I purchased these with my own money during the Black Friday sale. Just out of curiosity to see what this new version of Gold Canyon is all about. So if you like this video, please make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Consider subscribing to my channel if you are new. But let's go ahead and get into this haul. So the first candle that I threw into my cart was a fragrance that I remembered loving way back in the day. It is the candle Mrs. Claus's Kitchen. Now, I do have some B-roll, so you can see these vessels up close. I do kind of like these faceted diamond jars. I do think that the packaging is really pretty. We've got kind of just like basic lids. Now, they do not put the scent notes on the bottom of these candles. However, there is a pour date, and it looks like this one was poured on May 20th, 2025. So these have been sitting for a little while. I do believe that these candles are hand poured in Queen Creek, Arizona, which is actually not very far from me. It's about 2 hours east of where I live. So I have actually already done a burn on this one. Let me give you the fragrance notes on Mrs. Claus's Kitchen. They are brown sugar, maple syrup, and warm vanilla. Now it's funny. I smelled this and I remembered loving this fragrance back in the day. And at that time, truthfully, I hadn't really smelled a whole lot of like good maple type of fragrances. And this one, to me, I do appreciate that Gold Canyon keeps their fragrance notes very simple and basic, much like Bath & Body Works does. This to me is a very warm, cozy, inviting type of fragrance. It is a gourmand. I do get maple and brown sugar. Those are the main notes that I am smelling. I am going to tell you guys on the first burn and on cold sniff, I don't love it as much now as I did back then. I think that's probably more so that my fragrance preferences might have changed since then. But it's still a nice fragrance. Now, I did burn this one time the other day. I had this burning in my bedroom, and I am going to say I feel like the wicks did not burn super hot. They were a little bit, I wouldn't say that they were puny, but I was kind of surprised for it being a first burn that they were not burning as intensely as I thought that they would. Now, I remember back in the day when they had these, they were in like a large 2-wick vessel, and I loved them at that time. They burned so well. Again, 3 wicks, I haven't always had the most success with the burn performance. And again, I'm starting to think it's just the shape and size of these vessels. So yeah, I will keep burning this one and give you guys a post-burn review on this, because that will really determine if I purchase these candles moving forward. But yeah, it's funny. I thought that I would love this one, but something about this almost smells This is like one of those fragrances, and I think it might be because I'm still really smelling the wick right now. This is one of those candles that I feel like if it burns too slowly with a brown sugar note, sometimes it can get that like scorched note going on. So I don't know about this one, you guys. I'm going to keep burning it, but on the first burn, it was not a love like I remembered. Now, while we're talking about ones that I'm just kind of about, this is the fragrance Cozy Cabin. Cozy Cabin has fragrance notes of orange peel, warm spices, forest balsam, and cedar embers. But I'm going to tell you guys, when I open this one up, I get the citrus note, an orange peel. I was expecting this to be a little bit more like smoky with an ember note in there and warm spices. But this almost comes across kind of like powdery and perfumey to me. I don't love this one. I actually think what I'm going to do with this candle, I don't plan to burn this. I am actually, I am planning to meet up in a couple of weeks with Amy from Beloved Fragrance Finds, as well as McKenna from The Joyful Candle. We are planning at the moment a lunch date in a couple of weekends because McKenna will be in town for Christmas time. And so we are planning a little bit of a lunch meetup. And I think I'm going to set this one aside to see if either one of those ladies might like this. I feel like this might be a fragrance that Amy might like just in watching her videos and stuff. But this one isn't really for me. So I'm going to go ahead and set this aside for one of those ladies. Now, here's a candle that I ended up purchasing two of because this is my mother-in-law. One of her all-time favorite fragrances. In fact, she compares all orange blossom fragrances to orange blossom from Gold Canyon. Again, I keep looking on the bottom of this like there's going to be fragrance notes. There's not. Orange blossom has fragrance notes of bright citrus, delicate florals, and velvety musk. And you guys, my mother-in-law is not wrong. This is one of the most authentic orange blossom fragrances. Because I live in Arizona, we have a lot of citrus that grows here, much like Florida. Our climate is very conducive to that. And so in the springtime, I would say usually around like late February, early March, we get all of the citrus plants, the orange blossoms are blooming. And so when I go on walks, I will smell this fragrance just wafting through the air. It is such a beautiful fragrance. So my mother-in-law doesn't watch my videos, but I did purchase one of these for me, and I also purchased one for her to gift her at Christmas time because I know that she has missed this fragrance. Like she will oftentimes, I give her a lot of my candles that either I love and I've grown tired of, or I'm like, here, just come raid my closet. And she will oftentimes bring up, she's like, man, I really love that orange blossom candle when you used to sell Gold Canyon. Nothing has been as good as that one. So I was really excited to see this one back. So I did go ahead and purchase two of those. And then the last fragrance that I bought, which it's so funny. I remember when I smelled this candle, it was so unique. It was unlike anything that I had smelled because prior to me purchasing these candles, my familiarity with home fragrance was primarily with Yankee and with Bath and Body Works at that time. And so when I discovered this brand, I was like, oh, I like this one. And this was a fragrance I hadn't smelled before. This is the scent Ginger Lime. So of course, very bright green. Oh man. Now this one, you guys, this one I love just as much as I did back then. Fragrance notes are electrifying lime, refreshing lemongrass, and zesty ginger. Now, this is not going to be for everybody. If you don't like lime scents, you're not going to. I am the weirdo here on YouTube who actually likes lime fragrances. They have to be done just right. I like this one because it's not soapy. It's very, there's kind of a sweetness to it. I do think that that ginger brings a little bit of sweetness to it. This is kind of in the same family as last year's Fresh Bergamot from Country Candle, but I like this even more. Fresh Bergamot was not as sweet to me. I feel like it's the ginger note in here that really sets this apart. I like it. There's a little bit of like an effervescence to it. And the lemongrass, I do get some of that in here as well. This is just a very bright, refreshing type of fragrance. So I'm pretty excited about having this one back in my collection. So pretty short video for me, at least, in terms of this haul, but I did want to share it with you guys, and I did want to let you guys know that I will keep you guys updated on some post-burn reviews. I will make sure to do one on Mrs. Claus's kitchen, as well as the other two that I plan on keeping in my collection. Cozy Cabin, I'm going to go ahead and move on from, because it's just not a love for me. On Cold Sniff, it's okay. You know, you win some, you lose some. But I'll keep you guys updated on this brand and how they perform for me. They don't have a huge, like, they don't have as many fragrances that they offer, say, as like Kringle or whatnot. And I do believe at this time that they are primarily available online. I don't know, they might be carried in some like retailers or whatnot, not like big retailers, but probably I would imagine more boutiques or something. I believe that the company is now headquartered out of Utah. So I would imagine if there are boutiques that they would probably be in the desert Southwest. That's just going to be my assumption. But yeah, let me know in the comment section down below if you remember Gold Canyon from way back in the day. Is this a new brand to you? Are you curious to see, how I feel about this brand? But I started small, and we'll see. Yeah, it was just a little bit of a trip down memory lane for me. It was so funny. I was talking to Drew, and he was saying like he remembers Gold Canyon from way back in the day. He was like, "Remember this one and remember this one." Fresh orange, I do remember being a really great, fresh, vibrant orange scent. So if you do look into this company and you want to purchase anything from them, Fresh Orange, I remember being an amazing fragrance. My mom loved that one. I liked that one as well. But I told him, I was like, honestly, that was a period in my life when I had like, I think at that time, my now almost 17-year-old was maybe like two. I think I was selling these like when she was my only child and I was pregnant with my son. I said it was a wild time in my life. I wasn't getting a lot of sleep. I don't remember much. And truthfully, I think at that time I only sold the candles really to get a discount for myself. So anyways, you guys, let me know if you liked this video with a thumbs up. I do want to say thank you so very, very much for spending your time here with me today. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.